Hey y'all, I'm back with another review for Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 24, Vegas or Bust. So I'm going to start with Teeny and Rob. I'll just start with Teeny and Rob. So, they got all these cameras in the house. Tina got all these cameras in the house so that Rob can see her all day long. So he wake up talking to her, telling her what to do. He said, let's go work out together. So they're doing yoga. He's, guiding her through the yoga and just yoga and being super bossy while he's doing it. It wouldn't work for me, y'all, but to each his own. So Teeny and Rob's mom, they don't like each other and they haven't really talked for the past 3 years. The fallout happened when Rob told Teeny to send his mom some money, and then shortly after that told Teeny to tell his mom to send it back. This blew me because one, that's trifling. You don't give somebody something and then try to take it back. And then if that's the case, you don't have the middleman relaying this message. Rob, you should have told your mama that you didn't want her to have that money and to send it back. Not saying that she would have, but the fact that you sent your girl to do it, it's like you set her up for failure. So that annoyed me, and I was upset that Teeny even went along and did it. Initially, she didn't want to, but eventually she did ask the mama to send him the money back, and the mom has been pissed ever since. I can see it. I can see it. Well, now Rob wants them to squash it because he's getting out soon. So he sends them to like lunch or something like that. And my thing is, it's been 3 years and you haven't been that pressed to squash it. You was just like, oh, she'll get over it. No, she won't. She won't. And we see why. Not to say that she's right, but we see why. So Rob's mom and Teeny, they're basically sitting there, and we find out that the mom is jealous because apparently she's struggling. She says, look at the car you driving, and I was struggling to get here. I barely made it here. Teeny tells us that Rob and his brother, I'm like, is the brother the mom's son too? Rob and his brother have some type of business, and that's how they getting their money, and they making good money because I guess Rob got her this nice car. Rob sent the mama some money. So I'm like, well, what is the mom like for them not to take care of the mom? Do you know what I mean? Like, it just really makes me question what the mom is like. Because for one, you sent her the money and then ask for it back. Do you not really like your mama? Did you feel obligated to give your mama something? So his mom is just telling Teeny that she shouldn't have done that. She shouldn't have asked for the money back, and she shouldn't have waited so long to resolve it. Tina is like, well, I've called you, I've sent Mother's Day gifts, and da 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 da. Rob's mom said, well, that wasn't good enough for me, clearly. But who is you talking to? Not good enough for you. Girl, the mom is given entitled. How about you go find you a man that's gonna take care of you like Teeny found your son to take care of her, even from the jail? Cause it's truly men's and they mama, they usually look out for their mama something vicious. So it's definitely given she must not been as present as she felt like she was during his life for him to not have mama driving a nice car as well, But hopefully we get on that later on in the season or something like that. Then Rob's mom starts being messy and she brings up Rob's ex. I couldn't even catch in what context. I'm guessing she was trying to say, well, Alicia wouldn't have done me like that. Alicia would have did this, or Alicia would have made it up. And at this point, Teeny is absolutely over it. And I don't blame her because she did this to get up under her skin. There was no reason to bring up an ex. Like, for what? Do he still talk to her? Is she still around? No. Okay, leave it alone. So Teeny gets up and walks out. She said there's no reason. Like, my name and her name should never be mentioned in the same sentence. I'm over it. Goodbye. Next, we're going to talk about Andrew and Candace. Andrew is headed to Vegas to see Candace. Remember, they met on one of them prison pals website. He done got her an apartment, he done got her a truck. Now we seeing that he done bought her all this stuff. Some Valentino sandals, some Louis bags, all these crystals, jade and ivory bracelets, everything she done asked for, he done got it. Remember, he said that he had like almost 200K in his 401K and he would cash it out. Cash it out for Candace. Ain't never seen this girl, right? Crazy. He's putting the stuff in the little Louis duffel bag that he got her, and the zipper handle breaks off the bag. I said, well, at least we know that, he's spending his money on knockoffs and not spending his money on the real stuff. He's on the phone with her. He tells her that he broke it, and she's just kind of like, oh, why you gotta be so rough with my stuff? Yada, yada, yada. So, like I said, he's driving out to Vegas to see her. She gets out in a couple days, and he's got her a place in Vegas because she'll have to be there for a while before she can even apply to be paroled to Jersey. So, on the way there, he's driving the truck that he got for her, and he has to fill up the gas tank. And he mentions, like, yeah, I'll probably have to give her another $400 or $500 a month for gas. Baby, she better go find a job for this gas if you paying for everything else. Like, these men be such suckers. It's crazy to me. I can see if you at least knew the girl before she went to jail, but you met her while she was in prison. Basically, she a scammer at this point. Like, the fuck? So he's down there a day early. He kind of goes over to the prison and he's outside and he's on the phone with her. I'm outside of the prison. Can you feel my energy? Can you feel my closeness? You feel me out here? She's just like, oh yeah, I do. Hush. Both of you. Hush. So he asks her when does she feel like she will be able to get paroled to Jersey. Well, apparently she's been married twice and got some children. I can't remember if it was one or more, but she's got a child that she's not that close with. So she tells him that she has to reconnect with her child and get custody of her child before she tries to move out to Jersey with him. He's still like, oh, okay, well, I kind of expect you to be in Jersey within 6 to 7 months. Sir, she's a scammer. She just told you her plans. If her plans are far-fetched. Her thinking that she's gonna get fresh out of jail and get custody of her child, it seems unlikely. And so either way, she probably ain't gonna be able to move to Jersey, period. Because if she don't get her child, she's gonna spend her time in Vegas trying to get her child, or at least trying to maintain a relationship with her child. If she does get her child, the father has a child, I'm sure that he gonna have something in the custody like, you're not finna move my child clear across the country to be with some man that you ain't never met. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, he's expecting her to be out there in 6 to 7 months. Boy, give it up before you drain all your funds, okay? Give it up. Go find you a woman in the free world. Go down to Denny's or Shoney's and find the cutest little waitress you can find up in there and splurge on her with, some nice little knockoff bags that you buy in this daggone girl. So next we see Ayana and Jamal. Ayana is so annoying. She's so annoying. This is the girl who's got to do jail time for driving under the influence because she was smoking in the car, smoking weed in the car. She's worried about how she's going to talk to Jamal while she's locked up because, they can't call jail to jail. Like, ain't nobody answering no phone to give the inmates unless you got a cell phone while you in jail. So she's saying that they're going to have a middleman if she does have to do a lot of time. They're going to have a middleman, so somebody that can, get both of them on the phone at the same time. She's planning to see him soon on a visit. And this is the part where I'm like, it's truly giving contrived drama because this was just so annoying. She's headed to anger management. She's on the phone with him while she's about to head to anger management. And this annoyed me because she had her little girl there. Her little girl is very much a toddler. And she's like, yeah, I want you to see this. And just kind of having these conversations where I'm like, your kid is right there. Why aren't you cussing and talking like this in front of your child? It upset me. So So yeah, y'all. She talking about how she got to Uber the baby over to wherever the baby's staying. So they hop in the Uber. She takes the child on over. Then she goes to anger management. She's in anger management because remember her lawyer told her that they would probably be more willing to shave off time if she goes to anger management because she got some priors where she got some assault charges and all this other stuff that could make them be like, oh, you ain't learned your lesson, huh? Do your 3 months. Do your full 3 months. So they're hoping this can make a difference. So while she's in anger management, she gets a call from her lawyer saying that the court date is changing by 1 day. Okay, he said he was gonna do the case Monday, but something came up with the judge. He gonna have to do it Tuesday now. She is upset because she's like, my mom already took off that day to take me to court, and the day that they telling me court is now, that's the day I was planning to go see Jamal. Why would you have these days back to back? So that's the part where I'm like, this is the contrived drama that reality TV does. Because, girl, what if you went to court and they locked you up that day? Why would it be your plans to go see him the day after? It just don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. Just making stuff up for the sake of making stuff up. So next we see Joey and Michael, y'all. Joey Joey shows us the picture that he photoshopped to send to the jail because they needed proof for something. I guess for visitation or something. They needed proof that they knew each other prior to now. The Photoshop pic is horrible. Like, he didn't even like color correct it. Like, it just looked like you literally cut out one picture where Michael is all look like Michael's sitting in the sun or something, and then you put it on a picture next to Joey where he's like sitting in the shade. It just looks like two completely different pictures. Michael is like, yeah, that Photoshop was a terrible job. You shouldn't have sent that. So now they in there talking, and Joey asks Michael about his body count. How old are we? Y'all is too grown to be talking about some body count. Michael little fast flusy self said, in prison or out of prison? This made me cackle because I'm like, well, dang. You get around, huh? He said in prison it's been about 6 or 7 people. I don't think he been locked up that long this go around. I know he had a bunch of mug shots, but I don't think he was in there more than 3 years this go around. So 7 people in prison this go around. He said outside of prison, it's in the hundreds. It's in the hundreds. So next we see Joey and his immediate family are having dinner, and this is when they're all gonna meet Michael on the video chat. So while they wait, we find out that dang near everybody in Joey's family has had some type of addiction, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol. So the family is concerned because they like two addicts shouldn't be together, especially with Michael having drug charges. They just feel like this is going to be, hard for Joey to push through. So they get on a call. Joey's dad is being real nice. He's, real welcoming. He's like, oh, you're a Marine man. Oh, you got the cut and all. So they both relating on that because they both was in the Marines. The call goes good enough. Dad is being a dad. Dad is verifying. How did you guys meet? Oh, we met on an app. We met on, was it Grindr or Jacked? One of them. And the dad is like, okay, that checks out. That's what Joey said. Overall, it was a good conversation. His family is super supportive, and it is just really good to see. Like, we know that these people are grown and they're going to make their own decisions, but it's nice to see when the family is supportive so that they can stay in the loop. You know what I mean? I'm sure they don't really think, yeah, be with this jailbird. But they're not going to shun him or yell at him or disown him for his choices. So that was good to see. When they hang up the video chat with Michael, the dad is just saying, he's worried about Joey being played. Joey is like, oh, so you guys are talking tonight? I mean, Joy's dad, because they was like, yeah, I'll talk to you tonight. So he's like, you talking to him tonight too? Do you guys just talk whenever you want to? He's like, yeah, I go put money on his books so that he can call me whenever. You put money on his books, so how much money? $50 a week. He is putting $50 a week on Michael's books. And the dad is just like, oh, so he can do anything with that money. Like, the dad kind of, what did he allude to? I couldn't tell what word he used. I couldn't tell if he was trying to allude to Michael buying drugs with the money or Michael getting dudes with the money. But he's like, he could do that anyway, like, whatever. So the dad was like, okay, so basically you're telling me he's incentivized to stay with you because you're constantly putting money on his books. Gotcha. Next, we see the sister reveals to the parents, because they did not know, that Joey had had a relapse when he was with Michael before Michael got locked up this last time. The dad is sad about it. He's not being judgmental, and he's just sad about it. He's like, did you go back to needles? He was like, yeah, I did. I did the needle. But Joey lets them know, which kind of surprised me too, not gonna lie. Joey lets them know that his relapse wasn't because of Michael. His relapse was because he was depressed and he felt like he had nobody. And Michael actually comforted him to let him know that, you know, just because you got back, you did it this one time, don't mean you need to continue. You can start your sobriety over. It's okay. It's all good. He would have been 12 years sober had he not had that relapse a few years ago. So, like I said, it's just raising the concerns of his family because they're worried about this. They're like, dang, you had a relapse and didn't even tell us, and you was doing good. You would have been 12 years clean. They're nervous for their family member. And, you know, who wouldn't be? Lastly, we have Shantae and True. We didn't see them on the last episode, but so we were introduced to them here. True has been locked up for about 12 years for burglary, I believe. They met because somebody, cousin, friend, or something was in the car with Shantae, and he heard her voice and was like, oh, let me holler at her. What she look like? They sent a picture to him. They sent a picture to her. She wasn't really feeling them. He wasn't really her type. They sent a second pic, and she like, oh, okay, yeah, I can get down with that. They have never seen each other, y'all. They have never seen each other in person. But the cameras are in the jail. I said, the jail let production come down here and set these cameras up to see True, but somehow Shantae ain't made her way or has not been allowed to come down there and have a visit. They got some explaining to do. Me confused. It caused confusion. They got explaining to do. I was just so confused. I was like, am I tripping, or are these cameras in there at this table with this man? Have we seen that before? Have they left the cameras in the prison like that? I was stunned. Y'all know I haven't really watched this show for long, so I was stunned about that. So back to Shantae. She's at home. Her niece and best friends, a couple other people are coming over for a crab boil. Side note, she was seasoning the crab. She had her seasoning and was sprinkling it on the crab. I said, yeah, I know these crabs is even blander than the crabs they had on Real Housewives of Potomac and Cherie's crab boil. You supposed to open that thing all the way up. Then it was a little bitty container. You supposed to open that thing all the way up and dump it in the water. These are hard shell crabs. Ain't no flavor getting through from you just sprinkling. It needs to be boiled into the crab. Why y'all need a little Memphis girl like me to tell y'all this? We don't even eat crabs down here. We ain't even got no water down here. Why do I know that and y'all don't? Anyway, they having a little unseasoned crab boil. And her niece is like, you know, you used to live 20 minutes away from me, so why you left us to come all the way out here? She says she moved away from her family to be closer to him because that's where he'll be paroled for the next year. Mind you, she still ain't seen this man in person. But you done moved and bought a house out there where he'll be paroled to. She plans on selling her house back where her family lives because it's expensive for 2 mortgages. I think she said she's spending like $5,000 a month on both houses, and she's already spent like $30,000 on this man. Y'all, how crazy does this sound? For one, you selling your house back there. You if anything, rent it out to somebody. Let the niece stay there. Let somebody stay there that your stuff can still be there and you ain't gotta worry about the mortgage. But you definitely shouldn't have even moved out here, especially not bought a house. You ain't never met this man. But they're engaged, y'all. They're engaged. Apparently, he proposed through her son and had the son kneel down and put the ring on her and all that. And I'm like, you communicating with your kids like that for your son to pull something off like that? It's too much, Shakita. It's too much. And speaking of too much, they talk about, I can't even remember how they got on this topic. They talk about how True don't even date black girls, and Shantae will be the first black girl that he dates. He thinks black girls are ratchet and ghetto. Says the jailbird. Says the N word that is locked up. Black girls are ghetto and ratchet. And this the first black girl he's dating. And he ain't never seen her in person. Y'all, it ain't not one couple on here that I got faith in. I don't have faith in not now one of these couples. I'd say maybe Joey and Michael, because we haven't learned a whole bunch about Michael to know if he's genuine or if he's playing him. But everybody else, like, the writing is on the wall that this is not going to be all peaches and cream. Rob is controlling. Candace is clearly using you. Ayana and Jamal, even if they are compatible, they both seem dumb. And Ayana might end up in jail as soon as Jamal get out, and Jamal gonna hop on over to the next girl because Ayana ain't there to, bust that open, let that breathe, go into Pound Town, and all those things that, Sexy Red be talking about. And Shantae and True, like, girl, you don't even know if he like you in real life. He ain't seen you before. He ain't seen you before. So yeah, y'all, that was this crazy little episode of Love During Lockup. Like I said, I ain't got faith in nobody. Usually it'd be like one little redeeming couple where it's like they might have something. Like, I think the last time we had a couple where I'm like, they might be something, was Brittany and Ray. Brittany and Ray, when we saw like they had their little episode of Where Are They Now, Brittany and Ray seemed like they was doing real good. They were living a real, regular life. It ain't like Ray going in and out of jail and all that stuff like that. Brittany and Ray is the last ones where I'm like, y'all cute. Y'all ain't got no problems. Just gonna get off this show. Y'all don't even need y'all regular life, filmed and all that like that. Since then, I don't think we had nobody where it was like, oh, they're gonna make a beautiful love story. Beautiful. Bravo. Yeah, get out and do good. Absolutely not, y'all. So that was this episode of Love During Lockup. Make sure y'all like, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share the video, share the channel with some people, y'all. Y'all know I am just a little over 100 now, and now I have to make it to my milestones to be able to start monetizing the channel. I think it's not monetized until 1,000 people, but like I can start doing a few things at 500. So 500 is the next goal. That's the next milestone that I'm trying to reach, y'all. So make sure y'all, is it, or is it just straight up 1,000? Now I'm looking. Yeah, 500, you can do like memberships, super likes, and stuff like that. Yeah, y'all. So share the video with some peeps. Watch some videos. Even if you don't watch the show, I still do Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. I'm also doing The Circle. And I'm also doing, I think it's these three for right now. Love During Lockup, Summer House, and The Circle. Yeah, and so by the time The Circle and Summer House go off, Love and Marriage Huntsville will be back. So I'll be doing Love and Marriage Huntsville, Love During Lockup. I've been watching the Never Ever Mets, but I don't plan on reviewing it because it's like I'm sure other people not watching it like that for enough people to be on my channel to watch it. So I was like, yeah, let's not, I don't want to say waste time because it'll still be growing the channel in the long way, in the long term. But yeah, it's just, I got enough reviews on me now with The Circle coming in batches like it do. So make sure y'all like the other videos, comment on the other videos, watch the other videos, and support your girl. Help me get to that next milestone, y'all. And Hood Health Report, we are filming season 5. We've done a few episodes already. We got some more episode filmings coming up, so that'll be back soon. But if you don't know about Hood Health Report, you know, there's a playlist on the channel. Hood Health Report is my podcast where I talk about all things public health. I am an epidemiologist. Very interested in public health and just like to get those topics out there. People have to be more informed about public health and what it is, what it offers, and what it entails. So I've just been working on that and coming up with new topics and new guests to interview. And I just really, that was the reason I started this channel. So make sure y'all check out Hood Health Report as well. But yes, y'all, like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all on the next video. Bye.